What's up internet people, and welcome to the show where I show you what happened around Ireland, the world and online in the past week. And remember, should you not like what I'm talking about, there'll be an option right there in the top right hand corner of the screen to take you on a video TARDIS just a few seconds or minutes into the future so you can view the next story. Nandoandgabe. And so we jump in with movie news. Star Trek 2 recently started shooting and some on-set pictures have been leaked online. The pictures show everyone's favourite Sherlock. Oh god, no. Yep, that one. As of yet unknown villain, the sequel to J.J. Abrams' popular reboot. Many have speculated that due to the fact Cumberbatch seems to be wearing a Starfleet uniform under his clothes, that he's going to be playing some sort of good guy gone rogue role. However, the smart money would be on him playing some sort of hyper-intelligent character that he's shown a strength for in Sherlock. On a side note, if you've somehow managed to not see Cumberbatch's Sherlock, make it a priority. Brilliant TV. Trailer time! And because of the fact I can't seem to go a week without bringing up Jeremy Renner and Michael Fassbender, here's some of the latest Avengers trailer.
Desperate are you? And you call on such lost creatures to defend you.
You have made me very desperate.
God damn it, that looks good. Moving on to something new, and HTC revealed this week their new flagship phone will be called the HTC One X. The One X will feature Android's ice cream sandwich with HTC Sense 4.0. A 1.5 GHz NVIDIA Tegra 3 quad-core processor, 32 GB of built-in storage, 26 of which will be available to the user, with an additional 25 gigs free for 2 years through Dropbox, as well as an 8 megapixel camera that will shoot pictures while recording continuous focus 1080p video, and a 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera that will shoot 720p HD video. All things considered, this phone looks amazing, and despite the fact I still love my Desire HC and the name reminds me of the One X robots from Futurama, I will majorly consider getting this phone when my contract expires. If I had to nitpick, the only issues I have with this phone are the 1800 mAh battery that will require daily charges and the screen size. For all of its amazing internals, the One X is 5.29 inches in length with a 4.7 inch screen, making it massive but still able to fit comfortably in your front pocket. But if the size is an issue for you, then fear not, because HTC also revealed its One S model that will feature similar internals to the One X but with a 4.3 inch Super AMOLED display. Moving on from there, and we go to a feminist's dream story. A new study by the European Commission has found that women in Ireland earn on average 17% less than their male colleagues, and that twice as many men compared to women earn over €50,000. The study suggests that women in Ireland, the 35 to 44 age group, only earn 71.5% of what men earn, and this figure falls even further for women in their 50s and 60s. 123,000 women in the country earn over €50,000 a year compared to 254,000 men. It goes on to blame discrimination against women, undervaluing women's skills, and the low number of women in senior leadership positions as the reasons for this. Now, it's only fair to demand that women should get equal chances in pay. I mean, it's 2012, we should have moved on from this. But things like this have always been slow to change, and if you compare these figures to the figures taken in the last 40 years, the gap has closed to a hell of a lot. One thing that would fix this sort of problem, while unpopular, is to lower everyone's wages to the European equivalent. I mean, if you take a public sector wage in Ireland and compare it to the German and French equivalent, the differences are astounding. Sure, people will complain at the thought of it, but mindsets have to change. And just because you expect or have become accustomed to something doesn't mean it has to continue. Next we go to some gaming news, and Assassin's Creed fans might be happy to see that the cover art has been revealed for Assassin's Creed 3. The artwork shows that the game takes place during the American Revolution, and it appears that Ezio's replacement is a Native American. Now don't get me wrong, I love the Assassin's Creed franchise. So much so that sometimes when I walk around I tilt my wrist up and pretend there's a hidden blade. The new Assassin looks awesome. I mean, crossbow beats bow and arrow 9 times out of 10, but he has an axe and a pistol. I'm thus not sure I like it taking place when it does. I mean, the American Revolution is great if you're American, but I'm just not sure if non-Americans will care about the story as much. The only thing is that the gameplay will probably balance this out. On to a story I planned to last week, but as some of you may have noticed, I didn't put out a show last week. And that'll happen from time to time, but I'll try and keep it at a limit. Anyway, this isn't so much a news story as something I wanted to show you, and if possible find out more for personal interest. I found this video last week of a guy on a train from Dublin to Westport going absolutely nuts at another passenger, and I don't really want to show it because of the ridiculous amounts of cursing in it. I mean, in real life I curse a lot more than I know I probably should, but this guy makes me look like a newborn. I'll put a link in the faux bar and ask you to leave any information you have about this in the comments. Moving on to our final story of the week, and news that made most of Europe sigh. Earlier this week, Taoiseach Enda Kenny announced that the Attorney General had advised that a referendum would be needed on a fiscal compact agreement that was finalised by EU leaders last month. Enda signed the treaty yesterday, but Ireland will not be held to its conditions unless we vote yes. Now, there's a lot to the treaty, so I think next week or soonish I'll put out a mini show just to try and explain it as best I can. But I'm going to oversimplify it now, so please do not write comments like, "Are you even an economist?" What do you know anyway? And there's a lot more to it than just that. It comes down to this. Should we decide to vote no, if the situation arises that we need a second or subsequent bailout, from 2013 onwards we will not be able to avail from the European Stability Mechanism. If we decide to vote yes, a more structured system will be in place for us, and there's a chance, however big or small, that this won't happen again, or at least not on this scale. Regardless of Ireland's decision, this treaty will be ratified, because it only requires 12 to 27 EU member states to do so. Therefore, the argument that if we vote no, there'll just be another referendum just so it can be passed is invalid. However, if a no vote does occur, I put my money on a second referendum because they want us to be included. Britain and the Czech Republic have already said they won't be signing the treaty. But that's all I have to say for now. Remember, these are just my opinions. Feel free to leave your opinions on this or any other story in the comments below. In the faux bar, you'll find some videos that I liked and or they made me laugh. For more of my random thoughts and things from day to day, you can always follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/ConOrCon. Don't forget to click the like button, share this video with your friends on Facebook and Twitter, and by all means subscribe if you haven't already. For now, my name is Conor Broderick, and that's what I thought you'd like to know. Nandoandgabe.